AI is evolving at lightning speed, and the latest game changer is here. Meet Manus, an autonomous AI agent that's shaking up the industry and sparking a frenzy online. From executing tasks like a tireless intern to being dubbed the universal hand of AI, this breakthrough from a Chinese startup Monica is making headlines everywhere. But what makes Manus different from other AI tools? And why are people paying thousands just to get early access? Let's dive in.
Release of a new Chinese AI agent called Manus adds to fear of increased competition.
That was co-founder and chief scientist of Manus AI, which has gone viral on social media on claims that it has launched the world's first so-called general AI agent.
Let's dive into the hottest topic in the AI world right now, a brand new autonomous agent called Manus. If you've been keeping up with the latest AI buzz, you might have heard terms like GPT moment, DeepSeek moment, Intern that never sleeps, or the universal hand being thrown around. All these phrases point to one thing, a new product from a Chinese startup named Monica. And trust me, it's been dominating social media and tech news over the past few days. So what exactly is Manus? In simple terms, it's being hailed as the world's first truly general AI agent. While there are plenty of AI assistants and chatbots out there that can answer questions, generate text, or even suggest code, Manus takes it a step further. It doesn't just assist, it actively plans, executes tasks, and delivers results. Imagine an intern who not only comes up with ideas, but also handles all the tedious work for you, from writing code to browsing websites and analyzing data. Manus is developed by Monica, whose official website is monica.im. But the real star here is this AI agent, often referred to as your universal hand. The name Manus is derived from Latin meaning mind and hand, which perfectly captures its purpose. AI shouldn't just store knowledge, but actively apply it to real-world tasks. So how did it become such a sensation overnight? On March 6, 2025, Monica launched an early preview of Manus, triggering a frenzy of people scrambling to secure invitation codes. Some were even willing to stay up all night just for a chance to get access. The hype grew so intense that invitation codes started appearing on resale platforms, with prices ranging from 999 yuan, about 137, to an astonishing 100,000 yuans, nearly $14,400. Most of these resale codes were going for several hundred to a few $1,000s as demand skyrocketed beyond expectations. The excitement is fueled by Manus's impressive capabilities. According to its official site, it operates using a multi-agent structure. This means different sub-agents handle various aspects of a task. One might focus on planning, another on execution, such as writing a Python script or gathering information from a website, while a third verifies accuracy. This collaborative approach mimics how a human team works, making Manus a game changer in the AI space. Just like in a real team where one person strategizes while another handles the coding, Manus operates through the synergy of its sub-agents. This is what enables it to tackle highly complex tasks. We're talking about everything from screening resumes for job openings to analyzing real estate listings based on income and neighborhood preferences. It can even process stock data from multiple companies, build dashboards, or summarize entire financial statements. In one demonstration, a user needed help selecting a house in New York that met 3 key criteria: a safe community, a strong school district, and a price within their budget. Manus systematically searched online for crime statistics, checked property prices, performed budget calculations using Python scripts, and ultimately generated a polished report with a list of recommended properties. That's not just a chatbot spitting out a quick answer, it's an entire workflow that delivers a completed task. People have also tested Manus with other complex assignments, such as planning a trip to Japan in April, conducting a deep analysis of Tesla stock, creating interactive course materials for a middle school science teacher, and even compiling a list of B2B companies from Y Combinator's Winter 2025 batch. What sets Manus apart is its ability to go beyond bullet points. It can write code, generate visual dashboards, and organize everything into a table or Excel file, depending on the user's preference. What makes this even more impressive is that Manus has reportedly achieved state-of-the-art performance on a test known as the Gaia benchmark. While details about Gaia are limited, it's understood to measure how well a general AI assistant can solve real-world tasks. According to the team behind Manus, it surpasses other AI systems, including OpenAI's top models, across all 3 levels of Gaia's difficulty ratings. The specifics of these tests remain unclear, but the claims are bold, especially when the developers say Manus has outperformed OpenAI's best research models at the same level. The company behind Manus, Monica, was founded by Xiao Hong, a serial entrepreneur who graduated from Huazhong University of Science and Technology in 2015. Another key figure is co-founder and chief scientist Ji Chao, whose demonstration video went viral, racking up hundreds of thousands of views within just 20 hours. Additionally, a partner named Zanga recently mentioned online that they've had to limit invitations due to overwhelming demand. Due to overwhelming demand, Monica has had to limit invitations because their servers simply can't keep up. Interestingly, the company underwent changes in its shareholder structure in 2024. Also note that Tencent Capital's venture arm invested in them, as did Zen Fund back in July 2022. While there aren't many official details about their corporate structure, that's pretty standard for fast-scaling startups. There's also a growing conversation about whether Manus could become the next DeepSeek. Some are drawing parallels between the AI breakthrough in January and what's happening now with Manus. In China, local media and social platforms are calling it another Sputnik moment, or a GPT moment, referencing how ChatGPT took the world by storm. Regardless of comparisons, one thing is clear. It's making waves globally, with coverage from outlets like Global Times, China Daily, Malay Mail, Newsweek, and more. People are starting to connect the dots. China has seen multiple AI breakthroughs this year, from large language models to general AI agents. What sets Manus apart from traditional generative AI is its focus on something closer to artificial general intelligence, AGI. Of course, it's not about to pick up your kids from school or do your laundry, but in the digital realm, it can handle complex, multi-step tasks that you'd normally delegate to an assistant or intern. Reports suggest that as of January 2024, at least 21% of enterprises had already integrated AI agents in some form. Gartner even predicts that number will exceed 80% by 2026. If Manus lives up to expectations, it's tapping into a rapidly growing market. The potential for AI agents to fully automate tasks like B2B sourcing, analyzing Amazon store data, or optimizing sales strategies could be a game changer for businesses. According to the official Manus page, it can even retrieve local data to help a barbecue restaurant in Texas boost sales or compete in Kaggle competitions by writing code that ranks in the top 10%. These use cases, along with many others, are showcased in the official gallery. So, how can you get access? Right now, it's invitation only, which has led to a massive shortage of invites. People are flipping them on resale marketplaces for thousands of dollars. The team behind Manus has acknowledged the issue and is actively working on scaling up their servers to accommodate more users. The team behind Manus has mentioned that it will hopefully be free to use at some point, but there's no confirmed release date yet. Meanwhile, critics are already questioning whether Manus is truly autonomous or simply a clever combination of existing AI technologies wrapped in a polished package. Monica, the company behind it, has a track record of building practical AI solutions, especially with their popular ChatGPT browser plugin, which skyrocketed from 0 to 10 million users in no time. If they manage to pull off another success with Manus, it could be a major leap forward for AI agents that are actually useful. Regardless of the skepticism, there's no denying that Manus has shaken up the AI landscape, particularly in China. Watching it unzip files, sift through resumes, run Python scripts, and compile real estate data, all without human input, goes far beyond what typical chatbots can do. Another interesting feature is its so-called autonomous learning, where it remembers user preferences, like formatting results into tables for future tasks. Then there's the competition. AI giants like Anthropic, OpenAI, and Google have all teased or launched agent-like systems capable of more than just conversation. But so far, we haven't seen many agent demos as comprehensive as Manus. All eyes are now on whether it can scale effectively and truly deliver on the promise of being the agent of the future. Only time will tell if Manus is another DeepSeek moment, a passing hype train, or the next major evolution in AI. What do you think? Is Manus just a well-packaged AI tool aggregator, or is it a real step toward general AI? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.